Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian. We're back with more Arrow. Last episode was the Canary episode. We had Sarah joining us, which is kind of cool. Not kind of, that was cool. I actually really didn't realize we haven't really seen her in her Canary outfit on Legends in a while. So, yeah, it was cool seeing her that again. And it was cool she had a Canary cry. Now, why, like, it was also, they gave the watch to Dinah, which is great, since, she lost her cry. But why can't they both have one? I mean, Sarah. It wouldn't be bad for Sarah to have one as well. But anyway, I already went into that last episode. Yeah, we were having to bring Laurel back from the Edge, which I'm glad we did, because I was worried that we were just gonna throw out her redemption arc entirely. But luckily we didn't do that. But sadly, she went back to Earth 2. Don't know when she'll be back. Cause yeah, but she was in the flash forwards. It was cool seeing her in the Black Canary outfit. It has been a long time. It was season 4, so that's like 3 years ago now. It doesn't sound that long or seem that long, but it feels like much longer. Especially since we've had that Laurel. Because Katie Cassidy plays this Laurel so much differently, and well too. She plays it well. I like the character. I've grown to like the character a lot. What else? Oliver and Dig, they were looking for the person who killed Emiko's mom, and they found out that Dante ordered the hit on her mom. I'm assuming to lessen the amount of ties she has, so that she can focus more on the Night Circle. Oh yeah, in the flash forwards, there was the Archer program working on the helmets. It seemed a little faulty because it sometimes it notices, sometimes it doesn't. Luckily it's faulty though, because then our people would be killed. Well, more of our people, our characters that we know would be killed. It's sad that a bunch of the Canary hideouts were taken out though, and a lot of the Canaries were killed. Some of them just disappeared. Like they don't know for sure whether they're dead or not. I don't know how they're going to combat that. I really hope Roy comes to an episode soon, because I know Dinah said something about Roy, William, and Connor. We're going out to check to see what else. See who's left, and then let's check out to take the body count. Take a body count. Yeah, I think that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this next episode. These guys seem to fight a lot better than the last guy that Oliver fought. Ooh! There we go.
That version was damn slippery.
Hey, what's going on? You acting like we're being sent to the principal's office.
This guy can be a real hard ass. Just let me do the talking.
Okay. How do you know?
I must say I was surprised to hear from you, John.
Is this his dad?
I'm General Stewart.
Pleasure to meet you, General Stewart. Thank you for taking the time.
I'm not gonna lie, son. I wasn't always a fan. But since you got out of prison, you seem like a
General
changed
Stewart?
man, and I respect that.
Thank you, sir.
I didn't leave Argus for my career. I left to protect my family. And that's not something you would understand, is it, sir?
John, we should probably go.
It's gotta be his dad.
Again, thank you for your time, General.
Did he change his name?
Time for my family.
Excuse me?
Oh, John didn't tell you. I'm his stepfather.
Stepfather. Uh-oh. No!
Hidden on a tablet. Crafty.
Put the tablet down, call your men off, and I'll let you live.
Does she have a keyboard? She has a keyboard. Too close. Felicity.
Sorry, love. No can do.
Did you at least get the tablet? Where's the Virgil guy?
Oliver, before you get started, I'm fine, man.
Second time that you've broken the chain of command with a 4-star general. It's not like you, John.
You expect me to say yes, sir, to that man?
I You know, I'd like to know why you won't.
The unit was pinned down with heavy gunfire from insurgents. My dad stayed behind to hold them off. Saved the whole unit. Stewart made it out. My father didn't.
So do you blame him for your father's death?
It was his op. He should have stayed behind. 6 months later, he's coming by the house for dinner.
I got the mark.
From who?
Your boss. Check it.
How you know JJ?
John Jr.
John Diggle has one son in Night Watch
No.
and another who's the leader of the Deathstroke gang. That must make family dinners interesting.
Well, he grew up hating my parents and the expectations they put on us. That's why I'm glad that you finally figured out the truth about your family.
Those are my assets.
Oh, I driven men down. The Ninth Circle knew we were coming.
Dang it! You gotta get some collars that are like needle proof.
If we could get to it, I could send the signals to the others, tell us our location.
Why don't they just leave it there? What's with bad guys and whistling?
Time for us to have a little chat, General.
Oh man.
I want the codes to Project Cygnus X1.
My name is General Roy Stewart. Serial number 498-003145, United States Marine Corps.
I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way.
Leave him alone! Nothing to do with him.
Give me the codes for...
Don't tell him anything.
Stop! Stop it, I'll tell you!
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh. Team's here.
Let's get the hell out of here. It just surprises me that you don't see his position. You know, he's at the top of the chain of command. The John Diggle that I know, he would have done the exact same thing.
Thanks, Oliver. You sound like you're on his side, man.
I'm on your side, but I'm looking at a guy over there who cares for you, who was trying to protect you. Frankly, he deserves a little bit more of your trust. Your father didn't die saving his unit. According to that, he died because he was negligent. And he took 2 Marines with him. The only reason that anyone got out of there was General Stewart.
That's not possible.
It's all in there.
When do I get to meet him?
I don't know. I haven't seen JJ in a year. Maybe more. Funny thing is, he used to be my best friend.
What happened?
He and my dad started butting heads. Guess I got caught up in the middle. And this Deathstroke thing, that was just a way to rebel.
Hey, JJ has a message for you.
What? JJ tried to kill Connor? I don't know, but now's the time, guys.
It's time to go.
Archer has our positions locked.
What the hell are you doing?
Infecting it with a self-destruct protocol. Those boosters were the only reason we were able to access Archer. If the Ninth Circle gets their hands on it, we may never be able to access Archer again.
Well, what about all your hard work,
Well,
your legacy?
We can fix it.
I'll just have to build a new one.
Oh, I love when they do that.
You need to hear this. Dante's been lying to you. He killed your mother.
Liar.
on.
Listen to me.
He doesn't care about you. I do.
Let me go.
Oliver told me the truth about vaudeville, about my father. Why did you let me believe a lie? You let me hate you.
Every child deserves to believe that his father is a hero. And believing it, you became one. If he could see you today, I know he would be so proud of you.
If I'm a hero, it's all because of you. Sir.
That's not possible.
What is it?
This helmet is a satellite to a much larger network. Galaxy One was able to expand Archer.
Hold on. I know Big Brother getting bigger isn't exactly great, but isn't Archer just a surveillance program?
No, not if you weaponize it. Wearing one of these would be like wearing an AI-powered Sixth Sense. Pair that with tech-enhanced strength and agility. One of those troopers was able to take out half the Canaries. A whole army of them. They'll be unstoppable.
Stop. You're gonna kill him, aren't you?
First things first. You lied to me. You betrayed me. And you killed my mother.
Emiko. Your mother was making you weak, just like your father did. And I needed you strong. To lead the Ninth Circle.
She was the only family I had.
We are your family. Don't you see? I did it for you.
This is for my mother. Run now.
Huh. So, did Elena betray us? She screw us over? I feel like Felicity should have definitely taken the rest of that code and at least put it away, like lock it up somewhere, if not destroy it. For a second there, I was wondering how Archer came to be if Felicity decided not to recreate Archer, which I was kind of surprised about that Felicity decided not to. Oh man, yeah, they really should have found a different way to store Archer instead of putting it on a tablet. I don't know what else. I mean, it's convenient, but what else could you put it on? Maybe they could have. Well, that would have been really small. I was gonna say you could put it on a watch, maybe. They wouldn't be able to know this. Well, they have that little weird device. I guess that wouldn't have worked either. But maybe you could at least had it on you and you could have crushed it before they got to it. Felicity, why'd you stand so close to this guy with a gun? JJ, is he bad now? Is he part of the Deathstroke gang or whatever? I didn't quite I didn't quite catch. I know Connor said something about he and his brother. Like he butt heads with. Did he say he butted heads with John, with their dad, or John did and he got in the way? That sucks. Okay, so JJ, he's the leader. That sucks, dude. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of JJ. He's a wee lad, so it's not like we're attached to the character per se. But he's John and Lila's kid, man. So they started butting heads. JJ and Dig, they started butting heads. Connor was apparently getting in the way. I hope this gets changed. I don't know what the point of the flash forwards, like what the point of them is. If they're not, if they are planning on changing things, if this is just definite, guaranteed how things are supposed to turn out for the show, or in the future anyway. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like thinking of JJ being in a Deathstroke game. But I kind of figured there was something between Connor and me. I mean, it was pretty evident. Like especially like during the flash forward episode, there was kind of a moment there. Like she was hurt that that he'd been lying to her the whole time about who he was. Luckily, she's kind of getting a feel of exactly like what it was for him to not telling her, to not letting anybody in on the secret. He was kind of closed off, kind of alone in that way. But whenever obviously they were running away from the rest of the Deathstroke, they were really close quarters, and hearts pumping because of the whole, they're running away from the adrenaline's pumping, make them more susceptible to emotions that will flare up like in that kind of an instant. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt. It would probably help them hide more. Like people would just see them making out, and they would think, okay, that's just a couple making out. So, but at the same time, no. It's not like they probably weren't planning on that to happen, but in that kind of a moment, in the heat of it, it's things happen. I mean, they didn't though. They got back on track, and then they escaped. They make a cute couple. So anyway, the kid of Oliver and Felicity's and John and Lila. Well, technically, it's Ron's tiger. I forgot his name. Crap. Well, Turner. I remember. I think it's his last name, right? Yeah, well, that's his name. It's part of his name, so at least I remember that. I feel bad. I just don't see a lot of him. It's his son, but they're adopted son. They're their son because I'm assuming they've had him for quite a while, seeing as he actually refers to him as dad. Anyway, I went really off track there. But yeah, apparently, Archer's been growing. Has it been growing on its own? Has it become like an AI? It's kind of freaky. So yeah, they do have strength enhancing suits. I wasn't sure why they were not budging, or the dude wasn't budging whenever Mia was, trying to fight him. He literally just stood still, like he was a statue. He didn't budge at all. But yeah, it's like basically kind of an exosuit they got going on, along with the Archer helmet. Has it become an AI? Is that what they had said? Oh, okay, never mind. I mistook the Galaxy one is the ones that expanded it. I thought it grew on its own. I totally misheard. But still, they're weaponizing it. They realize they're weaponizing it. Because we knew that's what their plan was before. They're making an army now. They're mass producing it. Renee's in on it, like he's undercover. Can he maybe do something to sabotage it discreetly without blowing his cover or putting more suspicion on himself? Because I know the guy is suspicious of him already. So, I don't know, man. She said an army would be nearly impossible to stop them. Just one took a bunch of hideouts, canary hideouts out. I mean, she said it was one. Could it have been the others? Could have been others that did it, and they only saw one at a time. Like each one went to a different hideout. I feel bad for John. Like he's going, like first he thought this guy was kind of moving in on his mom after his dad was killed. Like 6 months later, that's still kind of a little bit of it. I mean they weren't saying they were dating or anything, but like he was coming over for dinner. Maybe he could have just been friendly, considering everything that happened, But he told John that save their team, and that it was his fault. That it was his stepdad's fault. He took the blame so that John can look up to his dad as a hero. And apparently he was negligent and took two with him. I think they said that. Finding that out though, after years of thinking a different way, like thinking the story went a different way, I can't imagine how John must be feeling after that. Like, I don't know if his opinion on his dad will come crashing down, because I'm sure his dad wasn't a terrible man, but it was just that moment. There was was that just who he was all the time, or was it just that instant where it didn't work out? On the other side of that, years of hating this man because of what he thought he had done to that he thought also led to his dad's death. Oh, I'm glad they worked things out. That freaking made me tear up too. When his dad and General Stewart was telling John why he lied to him about it. Dude, General Stewart. So they just keep poking us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this could technically be Jon Stewart. That's his stepdad's name, so it's not his. He didn't take the name, so. But it could have been. We're not blind to you, CW. We know what you're doing, Arrow Riders. The crossover when freaking John Wesley's ship's flash came over and said, "John, you're not wearing your ring." It's like, that was the coolest moment ever. Or that was the coolest Jon Stewart reference. The fact that they blatantly was like, "Yo, you're Green Lantern. You're Jon Stewart on my planet." Okay, so I watched Legends before this because I was having trouble watching Arrow. I couldn't get it to work, but freaking Neron was whistling as both Dez and Ray. Like, this is just a bad guy thing to do, to just try to whisk creepily or just eerily for a moment. Is that just your thing? Freaking Dante comes into the interrogation room, just doing the bad guy whistle. You know what? I'm glad she killed him. I'm glad Emiko killed you. One less bad whistler dude. Why? They need... Okay, look, as many times as they've been caught off guard by freaking trank needles going into their necks, they really need to get like a collar, or they need to get a high neck collar part of their suit that protects them from at least needles, if not bullets. Because bullets would be a bulletproof collar would probably be beneficial as well. But at the very least, one that'll stop a needle from going in your neck and injecting the trank. That'd be probably tactically sound, I would think, right? Would it restrict your movement? I don't know. If it's not like going into your jaw, I don't think it would be. I don't know. High enough, because there's the helmet, and it was covering part of him, I think, already. So if you just have the collar going up inside the helmet, but not like all the way up against his head, that'd probably work pretty well. They should contact me for designing their super suits. I would literally just be adding a little bit of extra material up on the neck, and that's really it. But I'm sure tailoring those isn't easy. It's got to be somebody do it for them. Felicity had his second suit designed in the first place, designed and created. The one without the sleeves. Well, that's technically the suit he's wearing now. It just added the. She added Kevlar sleeves or whatever it was. Well, Oliver mentioned it. They both had the same idea. So why can't they do that with the neck? I think that would be a good idea. I really went on a tangent on that, longer than I meant to. That just bugs me. They keep getting caught off guard by that. Why don't they take some precautions and try to prevent that? Sorry. What a thing to go on a tangent on. Unfortunately now, because they had Archer for the time that they had before Felicity destroyed it, the Night Circle got whatever the biological weapon that the project was that they had shut down, that the military had shut down in the first place. They've stolen it, and that's probably what they're going to use. Obviously, that was like, remember they did the test a couple episodes ago with the drones. So that's probably what we're going to use the drones to, send out those whatever the biological weapon was. Apparently, it eats away at anything. I don't remember the whole extent of what Felicity was saying. There's a whole lot. I was trying to write it down, but also trying not to miss anything. It's really hard. I don't know. Like, was that why the city is the way it is right now? Like, in the future? Like, things didn't go... Like, we lost? We actually lost? Like, majorly? And that's why Renee's not... Like, he's not for vigilantes in the beginning of the flash forwards. He's, like, hardcore against them. He's saying that he used to believe... that vigilantes helped and made a difference, and now he didn't. Well, and then he didn't. I really hope not. And if not, I mean, if it is, then are we gonna end it like that? The season, like we'll actually lose? I mean, story-wise, it would be really great, but I don't want that to happen. I'll sacrifice my great story for us to win. I know some of you don't agree, and I'm sorry, but I mean, no. Now Oliver, he actually told her. I wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to get it out before she kept. I figured it might be like an interrupting thing like they do. Like he kept trying to tell her, he's like, I don't want to hear what you have to say, and all that, or maybe there's like an explosion that distracts them, and then they get separated. And he's not able to tell her, whatever they do to try to throw at them to keep them from, making some kind of contact and possibly straightening out the situation. But he told her, he's able to tell her. First, she didn't believe him, and then she was kind of conflicted. Now, last time the fight was a little more. I mean, the fight was relatively even this time. But it's just that Oliver kept getting taken down. Like he kept. I don't know if it was as even. Now again, I don't know how much longer Emiko trained to fight, or how much longer she trained. I don't know if Emiko trained longer than Oliver did or not. I don't quite know the timetable. We know she started younger when she was like, I think 11, but I don't know how old she is now. And I would assume I don't know how much younger she is than Oliver. So again, I don't know how many years she's had to train. I know it's a lot. I just don't know if it's more than Oliver, and if she's just, because Dante is pretty skilled. So the fact that he taught her, then I'm pretty sure other people in the Night Circle taught her. She'd be pretty skilled in whatever kind of combat they would have taught her in. Because I doubt they taught her just one. But Oliver's had a pretty decent amount of time too. Like he's had the first 5 years before the season technically started, and then the years now. Like throughout this, while he's fighting people as the Green Arrow, that's still experience. So that would have just added his experience, I would think. I don't know. She so far has been like next to Slade is like most formidable fighter. He beat Dragon Diaz. He just cheated. Diaz cheated. But Oliver beat him twice. Last time he didn't cheat. But then afterwards, after the whole thing with Oliver and Emiko, she goes with Dante, but kind of like it looked like she was conflicted. Well, she probably was conflicted, trying to decide whether he was telling the truth or not. But then also kind of to be close to him so that she could kill him. And the guys didn't stop him stop her whenever she notched an arrow and then, shot him in the back. She turned him into a pincushion. I mean, it wasn't too many arrows. It was like, what, 4? 3 or 4? And I think she stabbed him with a knife at the end. So yeah, Dante's dead. He was kind of hyped up a little bit this season. Well, part of this season. Kind of thought he might have been the big bad before they kind of revealed Emiko. I thought maybe that she would turn, like they would be able to turn Emiko, and then she'd help them fight him in the Night Circle. I don't know, man. And they just kind of kill him off. But I mean, she's honestly like I've been more interested in her than Dante. I mean, not that I haven't necessarily liked Dante's. Well, I wouldn't say like the character, but I mean, he's been a pretty decent villain. But I don't know. There's a little bit of that betrayal with Emiko. We've had we've gotten to know her a little bit, then kind of had that betrayal. But we know her character and we had her backstory, so we know more about her and we got a little more attached to her than we did with Dante. Again, it's only been a season, but most of the big bads I think are like one season, or just like one season long, so we don't get all that like attached like seasons, and then we finally get this villain. Like Diaz was probably the longest running one. I mean, I'm not upset that she killed him, but I mean, I don't know how that's gonna affect her. One, knowing that he did kill her mom and sort of manipulated her, and the fact that she killed him with that cement like her position, and then that circle, like not just like they'll accept her like that, they'll accept her more so, but like she'll just cement herself with the Night Circle. I kind of want her to be redeemed. I want her to come back, or at the very least, you know, fight the Night Circle and then just go away, still not being wanting to do anything to do with Oliver. I mean, that would suck. I want Oliver to get something. I want him to have more family. I want him to have his this half sister. I'm worried about this because I'm trying not to go into too many spoilers. But I know that the finale for this season is going to be really emotional because Stephen Amell apparently had a hard time. So I'm worried. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. Nobody better die. Nobody that I want. Well, we know our team. 90%. We know they're not going to die considering they're in the flash forwards. But I mean, chances are they're not going to change anything because I mean, what would be the point of flash forwards? But I mean, maybe it's like here's a possibility, like the most prominent possibility from what we have so far. Maybe, I don't know. Well, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Arrow. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the rest of our stuff, go and click the bell button next to me. And if you want to stick around for our next episode, go and click the subscribe button next to it. And if you want to be notified whenever our videos go out, go and click the bell icon down below. Thanks again for watching, guys, and hope to see you next week.